Good morning. Well, it's actually evening, so I guess I should start saying good day. It's Mike, and we're just out doing our evening walk. I want to talk today about, should you really even care? So often, we're all told the negatives. And we're never really told why, like the positives. Well, not the positives of having diabetics, but the positives of keeping your blood sugar pretty well stable. I've said this before. When I was diagnosed, I thought, oh God, yes! Because I was losing weight like crazy. And I was a punchy kid. So, it was great. I had lost over 100 pounds. When I finally got back to school, I was a beanpole. I had shot up, I thought everything was going to be great. Well, I started having problems. For the first year, I was doing pretty well. After that, my blood sugars went berserk. I think part of that was growing up. And different things changed in my life, and it was kind of like I didn't really have a doctor anymore, a specialist, so I really didn't do things I was supposed to. And I think some of my eye problems were contributed to that. There were days when I finally got to 20, there were days I did everything right. Everything I was supposed to do. And I would come out with wacky blood sugars. Excuse me, I'll be right back. So, that was the brittleness coming through. Now, the first thing you have to be careful of is that you need to take care of you. And I've said this before, but you have to have good control of your blood sugars. Pure and simple. Because you don't want the complications. The years that you take and learn I said this before. We have to stress with our children, our diabetic children, that having a normal blood sugar, it's got to be the most normal or the best thing for them. And if they have a high blood sugar, that's not the end of the world. We all have it. So remember to keep supporting. And I kind of wish I had supportive. And I pretty well had parents taking care of my blood. Well, my mom pretty well taking care of my blood sugar. She pretty well made sure I had the correct amount of food in my lunch, because back then you had to follow everything precisely. And she did well. After that, so every day you can start anew. You can start and have better blood sugars. Tell you what, if you stumble and you end up having that piece of cake and you didn't count for it and your blood sugars are all over the place, don't worry about it. You just have to make sure that you control your blood sugars and try the next day. In the middle of your day, it's the best time to start. So don't worry if you've missed something or messed up. Do a correction and get going again. Your body will thank you. It's kind of like if you are a smoker and you give up smoking. You know what? Your body starts recuperating right away. And whenever you can get your body back to where it should be, the better. I can remember I was always thirsty. And I was always having, well, back then it was called a reaction, but now it's low blood sugars. And I always had problems. But I did try to get out there every day. And I tried to figure out, when I couldn't do it, I would phone my nurse practitioner, diabetic centers, whatever, and would always learn. So what do you do? How do you get going to being back to your best blood sugar? Well, first, if you haven't already, sit down with your doctor. And you're never going to get perfect blood sugars. It's perfect. There's no such thing. You're never going to get a perfect blood sugars for months and be happy with it. But make sure you have plans. If your blood sugar goes up, get a correction for it. For anything over, some people it's a 10, other people it could be a 13, and just make sure that you know the corrections, you know your baseline, you know every sort of instruction. Now, After you've done that, next thing you want to discuss for a plan is a sick day plan. If you're unable to eat, well, just add here, if you're unable to eat because you're vomiting, it's right to the hospital. No if, buts, or ands. That came from my doctor. So make sure you get a plan for when you're sick. Now, we're not necessarily talking a headache, because with a headache you can eat, but you just don't feel like it. Now, one thing that probably will be on all diabetic plans is that you need to continue to take your medication. And that is because even if you're not eating, your body is going to be under stress. So your amount of insulin is going to need to be increased. So you'll need to do blood sugars more often. Also, if you're finding you're going high in the same time every day, well, you may need to do a little investigating. Do a little bit more blood sugar and see what's happening with that. Sounds good so far. I used to have, and I still have it somewhere, I put together a binder. And I often think, I've mentioned this before, that I should try to go find that binder. It was great. I traveled with it, and then I kind of got the pump, and the pump recorded everything. But I'm really thinking I have to get back and understanding what's going on. Now, I noticed at my last meeting that I really couldn't contribute. They all looked at it and okay, but I should be taking hold of my diabetes. I should be controlling diabetes and not letting it control me. So you need to take action. You need to be aware, and being aware also realizing that you are going to make mistakes. And if you don't do that, then you're going to be, oh, I wanted the perfect blood sugar. I wanted to be perfect today. Oh, well, you screwed up. So get back on the horse and keep going. You need to be the best you can be, and learning how to do it, and learning what works for you and what doesn't work for you. You can't get perfection, but you can always strive for excellence. Hi, it's Mike. I just want to say that any information you get from these videos that you think will work for you, have it checked out with your nurse practitioner, your doctor, your diabetes center. A, to check for accuracy, and B, to see if it'll work for you. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye now.